So, hello, you guys. It is the Pretty Coach Oracles, also the Pretty Coach here, coming and doing a reading. It's my first reading in a very long time, and I feel the need to say I'm back. All right. Happy birthday to the Virgos, so-called Virgos. If I'm not mistaken, I think it is, even according to Vedic astrology, Virgo season. So hopefully that's correct. If not, it's Leo season still, but don't quote me on that. Hopping into this energy, we're gonna go ahead and start shuffling, you guys. Um, this is a general collective reading. Most High God, thank you so much for being present with me. Just have your way. Keep it real simple. Have your way. May those who need these messages receive them just as they need them. So be it and so shall it be. Let the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. All right. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. The energy of wealth is around us very heavily. The frequency that's playing in the background is 888. And this one says that it has the ability to recalibrate us emotionally and bring us back into balance, and also bring back our mental focus. So mental acuity. All right, I'm going to shuffle the two tarot decks and we're going to get started, okay? Because I know I only have a short space of time. My little baby is here with mommy. And she may let me make it, she may not. So I feel the need to also tell you guys who are going to watch this, congratulations on your new life. I have something that should be going up on my Spotify. Spirituality Speaking, Jude. This is where I be putting all my downloads. So if you want access to that, the link will be provided in the description box below for that, okay? Damn, I shuffle that a lot of times, huh? 5:05 on the clock. 5:5 could be significant. The number 5 is also significant. I was also thinking about the early 90s, or just the 90s. That beautiful chocolate look for the ladies, brown lipsticks, brown nails, and stuff. That was on my mind a lot as I was preparing for this. And as I was beautifying myself. So there's a beautification process happening. All right, let's go ahead and tap into the spiritual messages first. I will be reading all of this intuitively. If you guys want to know the messages from my booklet, like what the cards mean according to the booklets for the decks I have the book for, just put it in the comments requested, okay? Let's get into it. Give it to us straight, no chaser. This hit the table first. I have the card of guide. Here it says the illuminated path, okay? For some of you guys could be the guide, okay? You could be a guide. Like myself, I feel like I am a guide, okay? And you guide yourself first. Your higher self guides you, your ancestors, all those that you work with, and then you guide others to themselves. That's the illuminated path. Listen, owls could be very significant, okay, for you. Hawks as well. Now, this next card that comes out, it says idyllic times. Idyllic times. The garden paradise. Okay, this has been prophesied to you. You may have even spoken this over yourself. This card is 48, which is 11. This card is 21, which is 3. And 11 can break down to 2. The last and final card here, Soul Radiance, Phoenix Rising, baby. Don't cry, mommy. You don't have to cry. She feel like she do. The number 8 here, Soul Radiance, Phoenix Rising. The degrees of 8 and 20 are going to be significant. The sign of Scorpio is going to be significant here. All right. My baby was like, girl, you better get me. I don't care what you got going on. Get me. That's right. This is why I do the work that I do. What I've been working on manifesting is because I need to be able to be who I am in this season, and that's a mommy. And not have to feel guilty, okay? I work inside my home. This has been a part of my manifestation and what I was working on. It helps me be balanced and aligned and stuff like that, and be able to be here to guide you guys by guiding myself. So I do feel like this is for my guides. Like, I feel like this message is for my guides. So, and I am getting that both ancestrally, my past. So we're healing wounds. I feel like we're recovering. We're going back to a season and a time where guides were provided for. Okay? By way of the work that they did. The priests and the priestesses. They are going back to being reverenced, being revered in this energy, okay? This is what I'm prophesying. Idyllic times. This is the part that I get that from, because it says here, first of all, I see a young lady. She is in a forest possibly, or she bare minimum is in a wooded area, heavily wooded area. She is next to a tree. So for those of you guys who are like me, you could have been called to tree worship. And when I say the word worship, okay, let me explain what I mean. I mean respect. I mean reverence for their virtues, their powers, what they provide to the collective. This is what I'm speaking of, okay? So, and I know that to be so because of myself. 7:55 on the clock, and I also saw 7:57 on the clock. All right, so the garden paradise. Let's be clear. I am going to go out on a limb as I'm channeling and say that we saw tree worship right there in the so-called Garden of Eden, in paradise, in the beginning. Right? There was this being that was giving respect to this tree. And it wasn't just one tree, it's a garden. So it's an orchard. It was multiple trees. Okay? And they were like, you can eat from all these other trees, don't eat from this one. As the story goes. But anyway, let me hop back on track. There has been that paradise energy is to me what heaven is like. You know? That's heaven. So, your ideals, you are getting ready, if you are not already currently in that state. Like, who I feel like I'm speaking to, we are embodying this state. Even if we just stepped into it mentally, and then therefore just now stepping into it physically, we are embodying this energy of our ideals. And because of that, and we've probably been holding this energy for quite some time, holding space for this energy for quite some time. And what's happening now is we're reaping the harvest of holding that space. Now, what we see with these eyes and the body that we are in, we are about to see with our eyes what we idealized. I am not trying to rhyme, but look at that. Soul Radiance is the last and final card. This is what this comes from. Your soul has been radiated to you because you had to tap into your own energy. You had to cast aside the voice of any other What does the word say? The word says that my sheep, they're not going to go with just anybody, because they know my voice. Well, what I learned about Christ is that Christ taught us and pointed us back to divinity. That's within. Scripture teaches that the kingdom is within you. Christ taught us that we needed to look within ourselves, that our path to God was no other than going through the deepest parts of ourselves. So with that being said, okay, with that being said, I just heard something else and I have to say it. Christ also taught with marriage, you know, a real marriage is two people who are aware that they are the same. They are one in mind, respect each other in their bodies. I would go as far as to say that these two people choose to honor their bodies. Anyhow, I'm gonna say that and move on. This is apparently true marriage, being of one mind. We agree on the type of lifestyle that we desire to lead. Somebody might be showing it outwardly, another person feels it intrinsically, and maybe the reason for the connection, if somebody, I saw 11:40 on the clock, 11:42 as well, if somebody's not yet embodying that energy, when this other person steps on the scene into their life, they are activated. What is activation but a person who may feel far from, who may feel stuck in a position that they don't feel that they desire, away from what they feel they do desire. If a person who comes in living what they desire, what I'm trying to say is, if they meet with the person who comes in embodying what it is that they desire, and they are open and they can see it, and they choose to utilize the connection or relationship, no matter what kind it is for some of us, to rise up to that frequency, that energy, that's a beautiful marriage. That's a beautiful partnership. And that person heals themselves, works out their own soul salvation. For some people, that's how people work out their own soul salvation, through marriage, a covenant with themselves in the form of another person. Moving on. So this soul radiance, this is what has gotten you here, guys. Somebody going within, doing the work, recognizing what it was that their soul was really calling them to, and then, damn it, having to experience and not resist death of anything that stood in the way of that. And anyone. Okay? And anyone. So at the bottom of the deck, I have miracles here, guys. Miracles. It is a miracle. You are a miracle. Your life is a miracle. What you are able to do is a miracle. You are, in fact, a miracle worker, because this is a part of your frequency. Ancient wisdom, that's how you acquire your miracles. That's how you're able to recognize a miracle when you see one, when you know one, because of the wisdom that you embody. Moving on. Let me get a sip, you guys. Because I've been elevated, I'm looking at 14 on the clock, which is the number 5. 5 could be significant too. When you get elevated, it is going to be a situation where you need to stay hydrated. Any plant medicine, you have to stay hydrated. All right. Let's move on to, I'm going to go ahead and move into the tarot. Let's see. I'm going to start with the black first, because I feel like we're in a period of death. Look, as I say that, I'm looking at the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. Hermit. 2 snakes are intertwined on this sword, or this staff, excuse me. The staff is a healing staff. Okay, hermit mode, in my opinion, is what Moses is, what Christ, what every anointed person goes through when they have to go into solitude, when they are driven from everything they know. Like, just like Moses was, supposedly driven from out of Egypt, this place that was said to be a state of bondage, mentally and or physically. Now, for him, he wasn't necessarily in a physical state of bondage, or it did not seem as if he was. But in essence, he could have been. He was bound by all these other rules that did not pertain to him. And the only way he found out, after a series of what may have seemed to be unfortunate events, he was able to have a seed that was planted within him watered over and over again, teaching him about who he really was. Oh, excuse me, mommy. What his heritage truly was, that you are not a slave. You are not, in fact, Egyptian. You were born free. Come on, man. Moving on. Moving on. Let's get into it. So, in an essence, hermit energy can be like death. Some people prefer to be around people, and so when you have to still off into your own self, tend to your wounds, it can feel lonely and like you're dead. Show me more about this message for my highest good, God. We got the Knight of Wands showing up in the reverse. This could be the energy of having, a feeling or a sense of no direction. Mama, let me see what you got going on. Hold on, guys. Let me check my baby. Make sure she's not hungry or wet, poopy. All right, you guys. So moving on, we got the Knight of Wands here in the reverse. I know I'm going to have to clarify that. I don't want to wait. Let me sit my baby girl around. I don't want to wait, so I'm going to do that right now. Let's do that right now. Why is the Knight of Wands here? Someone could be ceasing from travels. The Knight of Wands can sometimes deal with traveling here, okay? Probably even work. I see the Hierophant here. I also, for some reason, am hearing somebody could stop running. Okay, they're not running anymore. The Hierophant is the sign of Taurus, but it's also about order. It's about commitment. It's about covenant here. Okay, it's about a higher order, a higher standard, higher learning. Okay, let's move on. Some type of somebody's vehicle could stop working. This person could be like a player or operate more so in their passions, which can be fleeting. Look at this, the Death card here. I feel like this energy is not here anymore. Somebody's not moving anymore. Not traveling anymore. Not on a journey, or not in a certain part of their journey anymore. With the Death card here, that's something has changed or transformed. Something has come to its end. Heavy on the Scorpio energy. Okay, a spiritual assignment, guys, could be changing. That's what I'm getting. That's heavy. That's the biggest thing. For some of you guys, I see the Five of Cups. Somebody may, have grief about this, regret this, but it is what it is. This card is the Temperance in reverse. It turned around over the idyllic times. So what I feel could be being shown here is someone has been long suffering enough, like the time is up for something. Sagittarius energy showing up here, both with the Knight of Wands energy in reverse, as well as the Temperance card for me. But also Aries and Leo are connected to the Knight of Wands. I feel like somebody could have a soul contract, a covenant with someone who could have that Knight of Wands energy, Aries, Leo, or Sag in their chart. Something is coming to an end here. A covenant is actually coming to an end, whether it's because of a physical death or whether it is because of an actual, like an energetic ending. Like maybe a breakup, okay? Or just somebody's feelings are going to just change in such a way that they can't go back. At the bottom of the deck, I am seeing the Three of Wands. This could have been something that has been expecting. Somebody could be waiting on this. Spirit, what is going on? Show me more, please, before I move on. Show me more. I see the 5 of Swords, and I see the 9 of Wands. It feels like the way that this is going to potentially come to its demise is because maybe there's going to be this oh, excuse me, this strategy that's caused by just like a lot of obstacles. Okay, something is coming to an end, whether it's just a phase in our lives or if it's a relationship with someone or within ourselves, it's coming to its end because strategy could be getting ready to protect. Strategy is going to help someone withstand some type of obstacles. Somebody may say no to obstacles. Spirit, what else is there? And I see the Star card, man. I feel like somebody also could recognize that your obstacles have been a part of your strategy the whole time. It's been a part of the healing for you. 2112 was on the clock, but depending on how you look at that, that could be 2121. The Star card is healing. The Star card to me could also very much be some type of illumination of knowledge. I actually was listening to a program from PBS, which is the Channel 8 in the state that I'm in, where I'm at. And then also, what I was about to say to you guys, I was listening to a documentary on quantum mechanics, and then they talked about quantum entanglement and stuff like that, and it was such a beautiful thing to understand what was happening and what's going on. Okay, you guys, there's a shift that's happening for a lot of us, and that's why this is important for this message to come forth. You have the abundance already that you seek, and you always did, and you never not had it. Okay, even when you didn't. So know that with assurance. The Star card, there was the name Nova was somewhere here. Nova is very important. That can also deal with life, new life for some dialects, for some languages. Okay, I literally had gotten this urge to like call up one of my spiritual girlfriends and sisters and be like, "Girl, are you pregnant?" Because this name, came up and out. But that's talking about new life. So even if you are pregnant in the spirit, you're pregnant with this new life, and you're giving birth. Change is here. Change is here. Changes come. Something is dying in you, so that this new life can come to pass. At the bottom of the deck, I see the Page of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Something is going to be a new experience. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. I also feel like somebody could be younger than, the person that they might be attracted to or that they're with. And this person is going to be like, this is what I have to offer you, for some people. There's some type of respect, but the Page of Pentacles usually means systemically that there's some type of new course, some type of new achievement, some type of new skill set that is getting ready to be birthed or that's coming forth. With the Queen of Wands, like, it just gives me vibes like, you're gonna burst onto the scene. You're gonna be like one of the newer people to be watched, that people are going to be talking about for whatever the reason is. It's about self-mastery with the Queen of Wands. You're going to have a cat for some of you guys, okay? Cats are going to be significant for you. Even if you do not like them, they still hold a lot of weight energetically for you. At the bottom of the deck, I also see the Victory card after that. I am going to stop. Victory over being stuck. Victory over the feeling of, feeling as if you didn't know what you were supposed to do. You did know. You always knew. And somehow you needed to be awakened to that. So that's the message from that. Let's get you some healing messages, advice, and then I'm going to let you guys go. Card that came out, I'm going to take these two as well because they were sticking out. These will not be read reversed, period. Archangel Jophiel is here. Cobaltoin calcite. The colors on this stone are pink and green and brown. First of all, pink and green they're my favorite colors, period. Like, I see them as one. Okay. Don't even. But I also saw them. I've been seeing those colors pop up. I also did a reading, if not months ago, about the colors of pink and green. So um I'm going to do a shameless plug and let you guys know that if you go to sign up on my website and become a member of my website, theprettycoach.online, you will find that reading that I'm talking about on the site in the gallery of videos. It's like a behind the scenes video, but I'm preparing for a reading. So I'm going to go personally watch that again because it literally expressly talked about the colors of pink and green. So whatever was said in that reading, I feel like it's connected to this one. And for me, just myself, I need to know what it is. Here we go. Are you in love? It says, are you craving health and feelings of well-being? Then become a conduit for allowing heaven and earth to meet you at your center. I got a reading done on myself by someone. Her name on TikTok is called either Duchess Oracles, Miss Duchess Oracles, or Oracles Duchess. I could be wrong. Please don't quote me, and I apologize, my good sis, for getting it wrong. Okay. She did a reading for me, super accurate, spot on. It was so confirming. I literally feel like she activated me. Activation is about being revived. Activation is about being reminded about your power, who you are, okay? That's all activation is. That's all I'm here doing right now in this moment. I say that I'm going to do that because I'm meant to do that. That's what I also feel in my soul that I desire to do. So we're no longer just talking about what we want to do. We're doing it now. Are you okay? What is going on, Mom? You don't gotta be sad. Come on, girl. My baby like, girl, if you don't, this my little Aries. Mommy little Aries. I'm a Leo. Her sister is a Cancer. I'm an Aries. It says this. Take the time to nurture yourself. Imagine yourself in the arms of the Divine Mother. It's so much beauty in here, man. I'm telling you. We'd be here too long. So let me go ahead and keep reading. If you guys want me to talk about why I'm so hyped right now, I'm going to just go ahead and record the video after this, but I'll just put it up on my website, theprettycoach.online. You will have to go over there and become a member in order to see it. But I've gotten so many downloads, you guys, in regards to just women and the mother energy, man. And it's powerful. It is powerful. It is powerful. It is powerful. I feel like I'm called to the mothers. Even if you are not a physical mother, even if you don't desire to be a physical mother, I need you to understand that if you have the genetic coding of XX, you are a part of the mother. You are the mother. Period. Okay, moving on. It is time to acknowledge the essence of the divine love in you. Listen. This is all about getting to yourself. This is all about centering it back on you. Let me push you back, mama. You can be this way. You be crawling and stuff, and I don't need you taking a tumble underneath the chair. So let me put a blockage up here. But there you go. Let's read the affirmations, guys. Archangel Jophiel, it says, I activate. Do this with me, you guys. Do this with me. I know I want it to be done, but listen, this is important for you. And if you are serious about the next season in your life or the season that you're currently embodying, if anything that I said already makes sense, put your hand over your heart. And I would say here, and I would also say touch your womb area or your stomach, okay? And say this. I activate and embrace divine love. My emotions are balanced. I am clear and joyful. I am compassionate, wise, and tolerant. The qualities of unconditional love, mercy, and understanding emanate from my being. Period. The next one, Archangel Ariel, red tiger's eye is the crystal connected to this archangel. Here's what the message says. Do you need some motivation? Do you find your mind wandering when you are trying to stay focused? It says, if so, then you need to find your passion and begin experiencing the rewards that come with living it. Do what you love. Prosperity is yours. Listen, I gotta go here, guys. This was my energy. I kept getting, I kept getting pretty much not corporate, but like when I say corporate, I just mean traditional. Okay. I kept getting these jobs that I would eventually not feel okay with because I feel like I've always known I am meant for something different. I don't want to live that particular life. Do I want money? Do I need money? Do I feel? Yes, I do. Like, I've always felt like I was already a wealthy and rich woman, period. Like, I've always had this energy of luxury about me. Ask my mom and my daddy. Bills, what? Those are on auto pay. So automatic, I don't even think about them. This was the energy I had when I was living with them when I was younger. It was only over the years, that I started to get scared about money. I never was concerned about money. And as a result of it, I still had everything I ever wanted in my life. In each season, in each season, or I should say everything I ever needed. Okay. And the things that I wanted, um, they somehow came to me. And I didn't have to do a lot but desire them to get it. And I'm not lying. Moving on. So this energy is really significant because now, like, what I'm trying to say that for is there was a shift in my mind from my youth that changed, after a series of relationships, both from my family at home, plus romantic partnerships that told me, girl, you have to work. You need a traditional job before you can, become whoever the freak you talking about you are and that you want to be. You got to work hard for that. I never resonated with that though, because I'm like, but no, I don't have to work hard. I've always gotten what I wanted. Now the fight had become to get back to that version. Well, now I might not ever get back to that version, seeing as how now she's a mommy. But I can tap back into certain energy, bring it forward into the now, and still experience all the abundance that I've ever experienced before, and then some, because things are different now. Moving on, let's go, let's go, let's go. If so, you need to find your passion and begin experiencing the rewards that come with living it. Do what you love. Prosperity is yours, but you must take action. For me, I had to say no to a job. Even though your girl knows that she's supposed to be living over in the River Oaks area and I need a car, and it's just like all these things that I've called forth into my existence years ago. Listen to me, guys. Based upon the action that you take when Spirit tells you to take it, that is what brings you your abundance the quickest. When you ask Spirit a question, please know that when you obey what Spirit tells you to do, that's what brings you to your shit. And you don't have to understand how it's going to be done. You do not have to try to figure out how it's going to be done. You simply need to be obedient to the voice that's at work within you, telling you what to do. Whether that's going and securing this particular position, even if maybe you don't have the qualifications for it, or maybe you do. No experience though. And what I'm saying is that there will be some kind of way that what you are doing kind of goes against the maybe terrestrial law, but it doesn't negate the spiritual law. And the spiritual law is what everything really even in the physical is predicated upon. So as long as you obey the spiritual law in the physical, you'll always be good. And I mean that even if it don't look like you are. Moving on. Archangel Ariel, I am passionately persistent. I have the courage and self-confidence to create my world. Listen, you guys, those who I'm speaking to, you manifested this. This is what it means by manifestation. You, by the power of your mind, by the power of what was in your heart, that you could not shake no matter how much you tried, damn it, no matter how much you tried to do it the right way, what others say the right way is, you could not shake this way that you felt called to. Even if you didn't know, how am I going to get from this place to this place? But every time you follow that voice, that spirit within you that told you what to do, your way was made a bit clearer. An opportunity opened up and presented itself that brought to you exactly what answers, maybe what strategy, maybe that you needed to help you get to your desired results. This is what it says. I have the courage and the self-confidence, because that's another thing that's important. Some of us, we have not been able to live the lifestyle that we desire to live, that we know is meant for us to live, because we sit up here and watch people who are living it. Like, you have been led to people who are living the lifestyle that you desire to live. I'm talking about down to the fact that they could even be the same sun sign as you. You were led. Or they could have some type of sign of yours in their chart. It's super important to you. And when you find it out, you're like, oh my God, so we're connected. Listen, this is what I'm telling you. It's like that powerful you are. So with that being said, you have the same ability within you to get to that. You needed only to believe in your abilities that you always had, that if you sit with Spirit, Spirit will point them out to you, and it will help you right where you are. Listen to me, man. I'm telling you. It says, it is easy for me to take action and move forward in life with joy and enthusiasm. I talked about that Eight of Swords energy being, I moved out of the way because you did know what steps you needed to take. You do know how to do this. You can be successful. How? Because you embody already everything that you seek. You need to know that. Archangel Ariel is connected to that. Jacob, Israel, whose name was changed, freaking had the self-confidence to wrestle with himself, his highest self, and say, I'm not leaving here. I'm not moving from this place until you give me a blessing. That blessing was of clarity. That blessing was of what's to come for you. Foresight, foreknowledge. That gives you the spirit of persistence and precision, because it's what motivates you to keep on going. Because damn it, I feel it. I feel like this is coming. It can feel like it's coming right now. Not happen for 20 fucking years, but it happens. Or, you know what I'm saying? You could have been pressing for 20 something years, or what feels like 20 something years, and it happens, and it's like an overnight situation. It can happen in a day, depending on what parallel your ass is in mentally, what you're tapping into, what perspective you're looking at. And baby, when I tell you, when these doors, I'm seeing doors fling the fuck open. Now it's dark as hell, and most people might consider darkness scary. It's not. It just is like there's an ignorance connected to this. I don't know what's on necessarily. I'm not fully aware what's on the other side of this door. But I'm going to walk through it. Moving on. Last and final card, another Jophiel situation here. We have the Golden Topaz. It says, do you need to recapture your personal power? Yes, you do. And that's what this time to yourself is going to be about. That's what this nurturing yourself. This is going to be a form of self-love for you, babes. Making the choice that was best for you and not for everybody else. This is about to be an act of self-love, self-care, and you standing in your own power. Which, even if it's just a little bit, requires self-confidence, okay? So, congratulations to yourself. If you stopped something that you knew was not in alignment with who you truly are to your core, congratulations. If you have been told and instructed not to go to a certain position anymore because this is not all you were meant to do, and you've been knowing it, but you was fighting it because you didn't know how you was going to pay bills, but now it's like so pressing that you, now, and not only is it pressing, but there are even certain things that are happening in your life that's like, you know now, okay, this has happened way too many times. At this point, I need to give it up. I need to recognize what this is. What it is your way out and into what it is that you say that you want. Is it going to be uncomfortable? It might be. Moving on. I saw 39:39 on the clock, so mirroring is important. It says, surround yourself with people who recognize your talents, intelligence, creativity, kindness, and thoughtfulness. Their appreciation will amplify your goodness. Listen, in the quantum realm, there's something that is called, there's this theory where basically they said two coins. So I'm going to try to say that same analogy where there are two coins. And let me tell you how I look at this, like the twin flame connection to two people. There are two people that no matter how they started off close together, and this pair, no matter whether the coin, is flipped and one becomes heads, the other one, once it's flipped, it's heads too, or vice versa, tails too. And then when they separate them and they try to flip the coin to see if it's going to do the same thing, it does, even though they are miles apart. So this is some type of phenomena to them. It's called quantum entanglement. Like, there's this invisible thread that has them still connected, no matter how near or how far. Come on, Celine Dion. Near, far, wherever you are. Whatever. Go listen to it. That's a channeled message from your person, your twin, the person who you are quantumly entangled with. Anyway, guys, I also was listening to another message that talked about, for some of us, the reason why this is shifting for us, why our life is changing forever for the way that it is, and because of our mind shift and everything changing, it is because we are learning, if we have not mastered the art of being in alignment. Y'all know, in all the movies that were cool, like, at least to me, like The Fifth Element or Stargate, right? You have to get, oh my God, even in Lovecraft Country, Hippolyta is going to be significant to you guys, just like she is to me. All these different variables and these different possibilities come together and they collide, and they're happening at the same time because of the power of our minds. And those who are able to, within their mind, go to all these different scenarios and places and possibilities that they want to go, and they can experience them. Like what Hippolyta was doing in Lovecraft Country. That's possible. It is real. Okay. So anyway, all in all, what we desire, we already have it. Somewhere in one of these parallels, we already possess it. And it is our job. And I feel like those of us who are being called to this as the guys, the high priestesses and stuff like that, and the high priest, we are called, we are being bidden right now to meet our highest self in the upper room through meditation, through prayer, fasting, whatever, that's what you led to do. I wasn't led to do that, thank God, but I probably was, and I just wasn't obeying. But anyway, we'll see what happens. But I've been fasting even by accident here. I'm sorry, Mama. You poo-poo? So all in all, I'm just saying, you are being called to do something, and when you do it, when you obey, okay, you are going to experience this shift immediately. So with that being said, let's continue. It says, surround yourself with the people who recognize your talents. Listen, let me tell you this. What I'm telling you, even though this card is saying for you to surround yourself with this, I feel like because you are being tapped into your energy so much, these people, you're magnetizing them to yourselves. They're coming in already. Okay. It says their appreciation will amplify your goodness. When these people, two or three, are come together, they're the Most High God is in the midst, because it is amplified. You only amplify yourself over and over and over and over and over and over again, and you're continuously affirming yourself. And then these other people are also affirming you, because they recognize you, because they recognize themselves in you. And so, when they affirm themselves, and when you affirm them, because you are also a part of them, this just keeps going on and on and on, on and on and on and on. Share your inner wisdom and beauty. It is time to reclaim and amplify your personal power. Listen, those words ain't even different to me. Like, the wise ones are beautiful. They radiate. Like, even if to somebody I'm aesthetically ugly, because of my energy, because of the wisdom that permeates from me, because of my love for myself, the love of God that radiates and dwells within me, I am gorgeous. And I am fine, like fine to somebody, both in the spiritual, supernatural realm and in the physical. This is just what it is. This is what I know. Okay? Because it's not the adorning of our hair that makes us beautiful. No, it's a spirit that is in touch with the Holy Spirit of wisdom that dwells within us all. All right, my baby's telling me it's time to wrap it up. Let's do this affirmation. Let me go ahead and go. 45 on the clock. Archangel Jophiel says, I am a shining star. You better say this. You better say this, and you better understand it in your heart, in the deepest part of who you are. I am a shining star. I focus on all my good attributes and amplify them. Listen, that's what Leo do. That's what Leo do. And people call Leo selfish all the time. That is not what selfishness is. Like, listen, what you focus on, the Bible teaches in Philippians chapter 2. If I'm not mistaken, probably verse 5. It talks about whatever it is that you think about. Think on these things. Think on good shit. Why? Because they understood and they were teaching us quantum stuff. Whatever you focus on, that's what you're going to multiply. Period, man. Don't tell me the Bible is not a science, mythological. It's not mythological. But anyways, moving on. It is an esoteric book. I love it. Anyways, what you focus on, you continue to create. So if you want good shit to happen to you, focus on everything that's good in the world. Truth. Love. Anyway, it says, I see my path shining brightly before me. I have the courage to step forward with joy and enthusiasm. Listen, for some of us, because this is coming at a wonky time and it came by violence, like negative stuff kept happening, bad things, whatever you consider to be bad in this particular instance. It don't got to be anything drastic. It can simply be that, like you're a senior or about to be a senior in high school, and all of a sudden your parents have to shift this job, and they get a job way clear across the country. And now you have to be uprooted from everything that you knew, your friends, your family. To you, it's like you're going through a dark night of the goddamn soul. I don't want to move. Everything I know is here. Everything I love is here. Maybe even the guy you love. Yeah, I'm just saying, or a girl for that matter, whoever. My point that I'm making in this is that it can seem like it's mighty bad. But I need you to understand that whatever change is about to happen is necessary for your life, for whatever plan, whatever way that your soul needs to recognize this experience when it looks back on it, it's necessary. So that's why it has to happen. And the quicker that you actually accept it instead of resisting is the quicker that you will actually understand why it happened, which means you'll see the result at the end, which is good. So, this is the reason why the Bible can teach you to count it all joy when you experience hardship. Why? Because your manifestation is right on the other side of that. That looked like death to some people, whether it's a physical death or more so of a change in my life, a big one. But it puts you in alignment with what your soul knows that you desire. Listen, that is powerful. Anyways, it says, I help others as I radiate my own magnificence. I am done. Peace, love, light, and darkness, which all work together to bring balance and harmony first within ourselves. Because that's the first and only place we need to do it. Once we do it there, our whole world changes. First within ourselves and then within our world. It's my pleasure to serve you guys this way. Bye.